everyone, my name is Vanessa Wickren, and this is for my public speaking class. It is going to be a persuasive speech on abortion, and it's to convince people that abortion should be legal. Everyone has their own ideas and opinions on abortion. Some say it's okay, others say it's not okay, and that is completely fine. All those different ideas are simply opinions, so why should someone's opinion become the law to change and control other people's decisions? Everyone has a right to their own opinions and decisions, and nothing should change that. The reasons for whether people think it is okay or not have to do with a multitude of things, whether that be religious or the ethics behind it, or even if people are not financially stable enough to have a kid. In the end, it is their choice on whether or not they want to keep the baby. So I believe that people should have the right to choose, so I am taking the stance of pro-choice. A big part of the pro-life argument is religion. They say that because that is wrong in the Bible, that abortion should be illegal. This is unrealistic, though, because not everyone has the same religious views or even believe in God at all. People are entitled to their own opinions, but should not force their religion and opinions on other people. That's just not really okay. Another point is that people make is that it's unethical. After a certain point in pregnancy, I do believe that it's completely immoral to do an abortion, unless it puts the mother at risk, of course. Studies have shown that as long as an abortion is done before that 27-week mark, a fetus will not feel any pain. In an article by the New York Times, they stated that in recent years, abortion's opponents have cited concerns over fetal pain to pass state-level restrictions on abortions occurring at 20 weeks or later, or to pass laws requiring doctors to tell women that a fetus may feel pain at the stage of development. But many doctors reject those claims, saying a fetus's brain and nervous system are not developed at 20 weeks to feel pain. They cite a wide-ranging 2005 study that found a fetus is unlikely to feel pain until the third trimester of a pregnancy, or about 27 weeks. Jack Healy, 12. It is always important to know when it is ethical to have an abortion, because having one at 9 months would simply be cruel because they'd be able to feel the pain, and at that point you should honestly just have the baby and try to find a better home for it. Lastly, some people say that they're not able to give a child the good life because they do not have the financial ability to take care of it. Yes, there are adoption agencies, but kids are honestly abused all the time in group homes, and some even end up on the streets once they age out, depending upon the state. Some parents are forced to keep the kid and then resent it for their whole lives, and it can be very emotionally damaging to a kid, and we honestly just do not want to do that. Anyways, for adoption, I do believe that it has helped a lot of kids. I'm not dismissing that. I'm not dismissing that at all. But it honestly does hurt a lot of kids sometimes because they will age out, and sometimes they don't do the best background checks on the fostering systems. Mostly it's just when kids are getting adopted that they do a bunch of background checks and home checks and all that. But with the foster system, it can be a little different and more difficult because they're just trying to get those kids into homes quickly a lot of the time because there are so many kids in the system. So in conclusion, there are instances where abortion is wrong and when it is ethically okay, because at the end of the day, it is a woman's body and it is her choice on whether or not she wants to bring it into the world or not. It's always an extremely tough decision, and it can be emotionally damaging to the mother, because they do have to make that decision, and yes, it can be a very hard decision, but it is one that when you are pregnant, you have to figure out what you really want to do. Sorry, I'm really... Hi, Tuckers. And yeah, that's basically the end of it. That's just kind of my stance on it. Everyone has their own opinions, and kind of how they feel about it, and that's totally okay. I just think in the legalities of everything that it it should be the woman's choice because it is her body and she will have the responsibility of taking care of it, because realistically the dad can go off and do what they want and just send child support, but the woman has to take care of it a lot of the time, and other times it does flip-flop back and forth, but most of the time I have noticed statistically that it is the woman who has to take care of the child, and that's just kind of not fair.